Hey everyone, it's Opie here. I've decided to launch a daily vlog. Yes, I know. You may have seen me before try this, and I have failed miserably. Why? Reflecting back on it, I think I tried to do everything myself. I did hire a video editor before, but I didn't have the rest of the team set up. But now I do. So fingers crossed. My goal is to do 100 of these and just keep it going. But my immediate goal is 100. Where did I get the inspiration to do it? Well, recently I was reading Russell Brunson's book on expert secrets. Actually, no, that was a traffic book. Okay, it's actually up there. So I'm sure you've heard of the guy. He's a marketing super genius. Comes across as a really nice guy. Obviously, I haven't met him, but yeah, he basically just goes, just document your journey. And I'm doing some fairly cool stuff at the moment over the next couple of months, couple of years, who knows. So, well, anyway, I think it's cool, and I hope I could record this journey of mine and maybe share my learnings. God knows I've made enough mistakes in my life. I was actually the first time I actually did a vlog. No, actually, sorry, it was a podcast. Jeez, I can't even get this right. Did a podcast was back in 2013, and I was recording, believe it or not, about Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin was going from people were mining using CPUs to graphics cards, so it was sort of that transition phase, and I was working at, hey, should I get into this? Should I not? It was 300 Australian dollars back then. Should I buy it? Should I not buy it? I think I ended up buying one, buying something else with it as a utility coin. Uh, yeah, all the mistakes I could have done. Have I made money with crypto? Yes, I have. I bought property with it as well from the profits, if you will. So yeah, some things have gone well, some things not so well. So whatever the mistakes I've made, I'm happy to share it with you. Definitely not perfect, but whatever things I think I'm getting right at the moment, I'll share them with you as well. But my philosophy in life. So this is the first episode. Let me just sort of lay down the ground rules, if you like, in terms of how I lead my life. So if someone asks me, what's your definition of success, I try and break this up into three categories or three pillars, if you will. So we've got the health, wealth, and happiness. And I see it like a tripod, right? This has to be in unison, it has to be symbiotic, where it's in perfect balance, where I'm sure you've seen, millionaires and maybe even billionaires who have got all the money in the world, but they are overweight, you know, not looking after their health at all. Maybe they've, left their children and their spouse, too far apart, and they don't have that happiness sort of scenario as well. So even though I've sort of, labeled this at a high level, the reason why I've done it is humans generally try and categorize and group things to make sense of it. Otherwise, it's a whole bunch of ideas floating all over the place, right? So I've actually gone to the process of putting this in a visual diagram, which I'll try and pop up, and just making sense of it. So in terms of wealth, I've broken this down into, another layer. So if you have a pie chart, basically, and the pie chart goes out, and as an example, I'll speak to the wealth aspect of it. When we think about wealth, how do we generate wealth? So, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Most people do it via maybe real estate, shares. I've got businesses and other non-cash flow assets, right? That's how I've broken that category down. Then we go into health. Health, we've got nutrition, movement, and the mind. Okay, mental health, if you will. And it's a big one these days. Happiness, broken that down into spirituality, meaning, and relationships. And then it goes through another layer. So instead of me trying to, teach it here, I'll put the link down, and then you can actually download the PDF, right? So you can actually visualize basically what I try and focus on. Because I feel like if, you see this example everywhere. So, you'll see a gym junkie who is really good physically. They look good. Maybe even they eat well as well. But in terms of finances and happiness, it's down the drain. So it's very hard to find people who have got these three things in sync or in balance. When I use the word balance, I mean for a longer period of time. And it's completely fine not to have these in balance on a day-to-day basis, week basis. I learned this technique from a guy called Dr. Dolph Deruz. He wrote a whole bunch of books on real estate, actually, commercial real estate. I should have a couple of books up there that he wrote. But great author, but what he basically said was the average person tries to get balance on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do. But successful people, or the people who try and sort of go beyond that, try and get balance over a longer period of time. Longer period means months and years. So as an example, say you want to write a book. You would, if you're really passionate about it, you might dedicate 12 to 16 hours a day just writing that book. And you might tell your family, hey, family, I can't spend any time with you at the moment because I really need to get this done. And for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, they'll, head down and just get that task done. And then what will they do? They might actually go on a mini vacation, holiday, spend time. And that's how they sort of find their balance in. And you might go, hey, that's not really living a balanced life. I'm just letting you know what Dr. Dolph Drew said. And I've seen this success principle being played out by other successful people. So I can sort of go, yeah, there is merit to this exercise. I know from a personal front where I've had a whole bunch of success was where I've sort of really nailed down and had a bunch of focus on one area where I've sort of kept the others going, but then actually come back to it. So you do have to sort of find that balance and come back to it to keep that tripod going. So this is the first episode. I'm going to try and make this every day, release it at the same time, and hopefully you'll tune in to have a listen. Let me know if you have any feedback, if you want to give me some ideas on topics that you want to hear about. I'm all ears. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.